All right. Let's see here. Hello, everybody. Oliver here, spiritual activator. And I know we have a lot of people from all over the world, 60 plus different countries, right? So I'm kind of curious who we're going to catch at this specific time zone, right? Anyways, I'm here. I wanted to share a lot of thoughts that I had about energy. You know, you guys know I'm all about energy, all about spiritual gifts, right? Third eye, manifestation. So I wanted to cover as many of that and answer a lot of questions that you guys have. So let's see here. All right, you all know the drill, everybody. Lots of familiar faces here. If you can see me and hear me, yes and yes. And let me know where you're tuning in from. I know someone from Australia here. Aussie. All right, Jules. All right. Okay. It's been interesting, really, this week, especially how many of you guys over the last week or like just last month, you felt like a huge roller coaster of emotions, like good, bad. I mean, honestly, it's been a roller coaster week, a month for empaths, in just the last like several weeks. I know, because I see it, I hear it. I mean, I hear it from everybody that I serve, and it's just been a wild ride, right? And how many of you guys even know you're empaths? I mean, it's a word that gets thrown around out there, but you know what? It can actually go deeper, right? And I talk about my definition of an empath as somebody who, of course, can I don't want to say sensitive, but they're in tune, or I guess open and in tune, and they process energy and affects them intensely. Okay, and there are different levels to this. Okay, and I'm actually curious which one you guys are. So let me know if you're like, hey, that's Oliver, that's me. Comment below, right? So the one level of empath that I've noticed, they're knowers, right? To where they're not really that affected by other people as intensely, but they know what someone's feeling. They're like, oh, someone's sad, or they're off, or they're depressed, or they're just overwhelmed, or the heavy vibes. They just know, right? They know. So that's one level. Another level of empaths are people who are like what I call feelers, right? So if somebody's feeling angry, someone's feeling sad, right? They completely feel it in their body. It's almost as if they feel the energy and their body reacts to the energy being felt by releasing hormones and chemicals, and the way you breathe, the way you walk. You would walk and you would breathe and you would talk and you would feel exactly like somebody who is feeling that emotion, because you are a feeler. You feel what they're feeling, and sometimes it's not fun, because you might go around your day and you might be feeling good, you might be feeling bad, you might be overwhelmed, the ups and downs, and you don't know why you're feeling that way. You're like, why am I feeling this, right? And not knowing that when you're a feeler or an empath that's just very, very in tune and intensely processes stuff, that 80, 90, 95% of the stuff that you're feeling is not even yours, right? So there's that. And then there's a third level, right, which is what I call the embodier. And the embodier is pretty much like all three, right? To where they know somebody's feeling it, they feel it, but then they embody everything, even the pain. And I remember this happened to me. There are times where I would visit my dad, who was in California. He had a very intense energy, right? Almost like a whirlwind of energy. And I remember growing up, when I didn't know how to process it, I was like, ugh, didn't want to be around it, right? And then as I grew spiritually and energetically, knowing how to handle it, I'm like, it doesn't bother me now. But there was a time where it did, and it was fascinating the way that how it affected me, because I remember, literally being in the kitchen and my dad going. This was when I was visiting over a decade ago. I was in the kitchen, and my dad was doing groceries. So he was out of the house, right? And I was staying at their place at that time, and all of a sudden, like an hour later, I felt like really like intense, like joint pain in my knee. It was just hurting. I was like, what's going on? Like, what is this? I was like, this is intense. Next thing you know, my dad walks in, and he's got knee pain, right? So there's one of the things where I'm like, wow, I was able to literally physically feel what he was feeling before he even stepped into the door. And that was the one that was like, that shocked me the most. Like, wow, that's crazy, right? And that kind of gave birth to the idea that, you know what? I can process energy that's not mine and feel it fully as if it were mine, right? And it's not fun. And I see that happen when I have a lot of like right now, like, you know, I'm here, and our retreat center is right over there. Like, it's like, because we have a retreat where there's healers that come here and they get trained, and we walk them through stuff, and even then, like, you know, a lot of the people that come in here, some of them are body workers. Like about 20-30% of them are like, you know, they do massages, they work, and they're like, they don't know they're energy workers and empaths, but they are. They're drained. At the end of the day, they absorb all of their clients', like, you know, worries and pains into their body, into their system, and it affects them. It affects them, right? And the thing with that is really realizing that just because you're sensitive to energy, it doesn't mean you have to be every single day of your life. And I want you to really remember that and really let that sink in. Just because you're sensitive doesn't mean that's how the rest of your life is going to turn out. Like, you know, first up is like, of course, you're overwhelmed. Of course, energy is weighing you down, and you're feeling down, and you're feeling anxiety, and you're feeling the pain of the world, and you're absorbing all that stuff, and it's debilitating, and you're drained, and you're sleeping longer, and, like, you know, all that stuff, right? And then you realize that it's a two-way street. You realize that, wow, if energy is affecting me, could it be possible that I could be affecting them? Right? And then you start meeting people who are positive, and they affect you positively. So you're like saying, okay, there's more to the story. There are people who affect me negatively, but also those who affect me positively. So this energy thing, it's not as bad as I thought, right? So there's that. And then you start realizing, can I actually control my energy? Are there times where you're around negative people and it affects you, and are there times when you're around negative people and it doesn't affect you, right? And you start seeing some different things. You start realizing, wow, energy can be neutral. It can be positive. It can be empowering. It can be disempowering. It can be neutral. And once you get to that place, you can realize that you can use energy to create something that you want, or you can use energy to fuel something you don't want, right? That's when manifestation comes into play. But the first thing is mastering your energy. And sometimes it's hard because a lot of the times, like, you know, we have a lot of energetic blocks, all right? And energetic blocks, in my mind, they're the dangerous ones because they're invisible. We don't see them, right? And anything else, like you got a sprain, you feel it, right? You got something, you got a bump, you see it visually. Energetic blocks, you only experience the symptoms of it. You really do. Just the symptoms and nothing else, right? So it's really hard because it's in my mind, it's like carbon monoxide. You don't see it, right? You can only experience how you react to it, but you do not see it. You can't see it, you can't smell it. But if you have an alarm system, right, then you can be aware of it and you can do something. So the alarm system is our symptoms. Are we feeling anxious? Are we feeling tired? Are we feeling overwhelmed? Are we feeling the roller coaster of emotions all the time? Right? Are we feeling that? Are we attracting people in our lives that aren't the best to take advantage of us? Are we swimming in, like, you know, inadequacy and really, like, you know, struggling with finances and all the areas of our lives? Like, are just all the areas, if you look at it, whether it's health, wealth, relationships, finances, it's just not where it wants to be, right? And you realize, once I dug deep, I realized that, you know what? there's something to this energy, and it goes deeper, right? Because every single thought that you have has an energetic frequency. Every single emotion, every single action that you do or lack of action, it has an energetic signature, and it mixes up, and it gets stored in different areas of the body, they're very, very predictable. They're either in your auric field, right? They're in auric field. It's like the skin of your body. They're either in your chakras, right? And once they go deeper from the chakras, it goes into your actual physical body, your organs, muscles, joints. Muscle. The energy gets lodged into your physical body, and it goes deeper. It goes down to the cellular level, the DNA level, right? It just goes deeper and deeper. And when it goes that deep, it gets passed on generationally, right? You pass it on gestationally, generationally, and that's how trauma crosses generations. Blocks is because the energy gets so entrenched and deep into your energetic system that it gets passed on. That's how it happens, right? And so that might seem scary, but it's not. It's actually a great thing. Because if you take the same principle, and I guess I am leveling the playing field with the way you guys are thinking here. Because I'm saying that if energy can affect you negatively, right, then it can also affect you positively. Meaning to say that every single trauma that you've ever had from childhood till now, even the ones that you're not aware of, even the ones that you're like, I don't even know, or even the ones that happened gestationally, you were in the womb when the trauma happened. How could you know? Like literally, there's no way. It just registers as a trauma. Mentally, emotionally, energetically, but as we know, your mind, your thoughts have an energetic frequency that it sends out. Your emotions do, and your actions do. So even though you don't remember everything, the energy signature is still there. The blockage is still there. It's still, whatever chakra it affected, whatever organ, whatever area of your energetic body, it's still there. That's why they say there's muscle memory, there's cellular memory, there's energetic memory, right? And here's the thing. I don't need to know. You don't need to know all the traumas that have happened to you one by one. You don't need to relive them. Not at all. Okay? You just have to clear the energy blockages that's there. That's stopping you guys, right, from moving forward. Because energy blockages, in my mind, they're like driving with the e-brake on in a car. You go nowhere fast. Really don't, right? You may go slow, but you're not really going your full potential. Does that make sense? So the biggest thing with that is realizing that this is a benefit to us, because yes, the whole thing about trauma can be passed generationally. Wow, crazy, right? But the best part is that every single trauma you've experienced, if it's they have one common theme, is that they hurt you, then all that energy gets trapped in, guess where? The heart chakra. And in your heart chakra is a big old ball of energy blocks that exist, that if you know how to release, if you know how to release, clear, unblock it, then you are unblocking everything attached to that. The 10, 20, 30, 50, whatever amount of trauma that was experienced that's attached, that blocked your heart. You don't need to know it. You don't need to relive it. But you're experiencing the effects of it being cleared, okay, in your life. And the next day you wake up and all of a sudden things are different. I know, because when I have students that come to me that I've trained with my healing stuff, it doesn't, they're like, how did that happen? Friends are saying it's an overnight, it's a miracle, it's impossible. It's not impossible. I just work efficiently instead of going through 30 different traumas and putting you in a therapy chair. And when I'm not saying it's not bad, it works, but it's just long. I don't like long. I want things condensed and fast, right? Instead of doing that, which I've seen a lot of people do, work at what they all have in common, the root of it. And the root of it is energy. And when you shift that, you affect everything like a domino, ripple effect. And it changes everything quickly. Because you're addressing the thing that moves the needle the most, right? Does that make sense? All right. So hopefully that helps. I just wanted to really come in here. Wanted to test out how many people like show up at this time, because I know, again, we have, I've got customers in 60 plus different countries, and some of them, for you guys, it's morning right now. Here in Colorado, it's nighttime, right? But for some, it's the morning, and so you're like, wow, finally catching you, right? So here, a lot of you are asking, so what can I do now to unblock it? And in the past, the only way that I do any of these clearing and unblocking sessions is if somebody were like attend my workshops, which people are here right now for my workshop. We actually have 30, 40 people here in person, and another like a lot more virtually that couldn't travel, and they go through my certification courses. And these courses are anywhere from like 3,000 to 10,000, right? Different levels, certifications, anywhere from 2 months to 6 months, right? And typically in the past, that's the only way to experience an energetic clearing or unblocking, because I do it for the whole room. I go in there, I go in the room, and I help unblock and clear people's energies, and they feel better, and their lives are never the same. So in the past, that's the only way to do it, right? And I'm breaking all the rules right now, because this book right over here, The 8 Secrets to Powerful Manifesting, this is the book that my wife launched last Tuesday, and it's taken the world by storm. Like, our friend Gwyneth Paltrow actually posted in her stories and Instagram saying, like, this is an amazing book, right? Donna Karen posted about it. A lot of over 100 plus different influencers and thought leaders, people that were in The Secret, like Marcy Shima was in The Secret, like John Assaraf was in The Secret. A lot of people that were the OGs of law of attraction were endorsing this book. You might have seen this. You might have actually been like, Oliver, I've seen this book everywhere, because like people who got it, right? People that normally endorse stuff because they've seen everything, they've heard everything, they read it. Some of them read it 2 times, some of them read it 3 times, and they said, this is hands down the best book when it comes to unblocking, releasing the blocks that you have that's stopping you from creating the life of your dreams, right? So here is the deal, right? Here's the deal. If you buy this book, all right, if you buy this book, one of my bonuses that my wife and I are going to do is I'm going to do an unblocking for everybody that buys this book and it's like literally we have I sent an email out earlier today. We have at that time, it was 200 spots that we have available for this group healing bonus where I'm doing a clearing. All right. When I sent that email, we had 6 people who took that. So right now we're down to 140, right? So it's 140 spots since that email. And I said either the 140 spots, the 200 spots get taken, or Saturday midnight, whichever one comes first. But we're doing a bonus. And the bonus is I am breaking all my rules. I am doing a group clearing and unblocking for all of you guys, all right, that want to experience this. And I'm going to release and block what's for the highest good, the biggest blocks that need to be cleared and released that are stopping you from moving forward. Some of them are from things in the last year. Some of them are going to be from stuff from the past from you guys, all the way from childhood. I'm going to do it. And after I do the clearing, my wife's actually going to do an attunement where she does, you got to experience it. And again, she does these attunements, right? Only her workshops. And her workshops are more expensive than mine. Her workshops are more on like life coaching and teaching people how to do that. But her workshops are like $4,500 and up, right? So people that typically experience her attunement happen in the workshop. But again, we're breaking all the rules because we want to put this in every single house, okay? Because it heals. It heals, it works, it makes life better. I know because it's a compilation of everything that's worked for her. And I read it, it's everything that's worked for me. And we've shared it with like literally over the principles. I mean, gosh, we have over like I think 1.8 million students and followers from all over the world shared a lot of the tips, and we get thousands of success stories. And the ones that have said that they've changed their lives and it's never the same, right? We compiled all the best techniques, and it's in this book, The 8 Secrets to Powerful Manifesting, rewiring your mind, your emotions, your energy, so you can actually manifest the life that you want, right? So the bonuses right, is you're gonna receive a group, activate, like, not activation, clearing and unblocking, and attunement from my wife, where she raises your vibration in that attunement, and it goes really, really high. And when your vibration's high, at a peak, that's the point where you can manifest anything you want with ease. And you set an intention, it happens. It happens in high vibration. If it's a low vibration, it takes forever, it never happens, right? But it's on a higher vibration, it's guaranteed almost every single time, if it's for the highest good, to happen. All right, so we're doing that, and we're gonna be announcing a lot of the details in next few weeks on when that's gonna occur, right? Because we have also, as part of buying this, you get $1,000 worth of bonuses. Now, you can find more information in the8secrets.com. The 8 secrets.com. You're gonna see we got thousands of dollars worth of bonuses there. Like, we got meditations that we have. There's a lot of checklists and blueprints, like 17 ways to raise your vibration is one popular one, right? There's one on the ultimate guide to your chakras and how to clear them. It's how you can unblock them by yourself. Is another one, right? There's ones to where it has my wife's manifestation blueprint. It has manifestation meditations and attunements, as well, that you can listen to, and how to, like, literally rewire your mind. Checklist of things you can do to rewire your mind for abundance and success. So there's a lot of stuff. Like, we didn't hold anything back. Once you see the bonuses that are in the book, the8secrets.com is the website where you can get it, the 8 secrets, and it's also available in the audio version. You go to Amazon. The audio version is also available, and this is one of the things like my dear friend John Edwards calls it's a twofer. What does that mean? And when I heard that word, I was like, what does that even mean? I've never heard of it before. It's like, it's a twofer. It's one where you buy two of them. You buy one for yourself and one for your best friend or a family member, so that you can go through the journey together, right? Because it's easier when you have your environment that's shifting with you, right? And we've got people that buy 5, 10, 15, and they give it to all their friends and all the family, and they read through, and they shift together. Because nowadays, right, everybody needs this, in my mind. And it's easier to grow when you're doing it with a support system that's there to raise you up, not tear you down, right? But a lot of times, like, I don't know if you guys can relate, is when you try to grow, people around you sometimes, they're afraid. Their abandonment wounds get open. They're afraid that if you grow, you might leave them behind, right? And it's a very natural, it's one of our deepest fears as human beings, is to be abandoned, right? So do it with them. And when you do it with them, they won't feel it, because they're growing with you. You guys will have the same shared language, the same experience, the same miracles and celebrations, and same tools to where you guys can do it together. It's amazing, right? And the cool thing is, again, the bonuses that I'm doing, the group healing, the group unblocking, the attunement, right? Because we're also doing a free event on April 9th. And it's a free event that we're doing all on manifestation. And you're going to get it for free if you buy this book. And that event is, like, literally worth hundreds of dollars. Because our cheapest product that I sell is $300, right? For a 30-day program, and my wife is $400, and that's for a recorded. It's not even a live one that we do. We're doing this live April 9 manifestation event, her and I, and you only get it if you buy this book. And that bonus is only available till this Saturday. The VIP tickets to that virtual event, right? So buy the book, you get an event, you get thousands of dollars worth of bonuses. It's unheard of. Plus, you get the group unblocking that I'm going to be doing, and attunement that my wife's going to be doing. And this is, like, literally you're not going to find a better bonus than this. Like, you literally could pay $1,000 and still think it was the best thing you've got, right? But all you got to do is buy a book, and you get all those bonuses, right? But a lot of them expired this Saturday, right? A lot of them do, and the group healing and blocking, like, I announced that earlier this morning, and I said we had 200 spots, and over 60 of them were snatched already. Just 140, and most of our people that are our audience, or a lot of them are international. 60% of them are international. So a lot of them will just see the email now, And chances are, by the time I wake up tomorrow, it's probably filled. Because I did this again 2 days ago, right? And a lot of people were complaining because they didn't see the email. And come the next day, we had 300 people that signed up and it closed. So that's why I'm doing it again, because a lot of people missed out on this opportunity. So I'm doing it again, right? I'm opening it up. But there's a chance that by the time I wake up tomorrow, which is, it's 10 here, so I'll probably wake up around like 6:30, it's probably already gone. Chances are, right? So if you're interested, get this book, get 2, get as many as you can for your friends and families. You can do the journey together. And if you're like me, I'm more of like, when I'm buying something, I have a hard copy. I've got a Kindle Audible version. I got a Kindle version. I got an Audible. And let me tell you why. I have a book like this so that I can flip through it. I can highlight it. I can take notes. And it's pretty cool. Like, I have it in my hand. It's there. It's like, boom, I can reach as often as I can. Right there. Right? Leave it on the table. Friends see it. Pick it up. Send them home because I got more. Kind of thing, right? I have the Kindle because if I don't have my book, I still want to read on my phone. I want to revisit a chapter. Check it out on the Kindle. Right? And I have the audio version. If I'm driving, I'm in the gym, like, I'm somewhere to where I'm like, I don't have access to, to read, I can listen. And I'm experiencing it cross modality, and the lessons go deeper. Okay? So that's what I have for you guys tonight. If you want to learn how to release your blocks and release the things that are stopping you from manifesting, this book is going to do it. 8 Secrets to Powerful Manifesting. Okay, it's already a #1 bestseller in a lot of categories that are competitive in Amazon. Last time we checked, we're in, I think, we're the top 100 books, and I think there's like, one of my friends told me there were like 100 million books or whatever in Amazon. We're top 100. I think we were 68 or something. And a lot of times, authors are happy when their book goes to 10,000 or top 2,000. And we're like literally gonna hopefully break the top 50, and not because we're marketing a lot of it for sure. We're pushing it, but the big growth is from people who are buying it, okay, and reading it, and a chapter to it or 2 or 3, and they're crying, they're happy, they're resonating, it's shifting them. They're having the biggest breakthroughs of their lives, and because of that, they're posting online. They're buying one for their family and their friends. They're reading the whole thing once. They're reading the whole thing twice. And they're like, wow, this is exactly what I asked for. This is exactly what I need. This couldn't have come at a better time. I asked, I prayed, and it's here, right? And that's why we're having so much of the momentum that we're having, is because people are sharing it, because they're reading it, and they're getting results from it, okay? So if you bought from Amazon launch day, go to the8secrets.com. The8secrets.com. Put in your name, email, your order number. If you already purchased in the past, name, email, order number, and it will give you the link to our Facebook group. And you get email with the bonuses, all that information, but you can put it there. Or if you haven't bought yet, go ahead, get the book, the8secrets.com. It's amazing. We're going to be doing a lot more of these lives and informative videos. As a matter of fact, if you I didn't even mention this, but if you buy this, okay, you put your order number in, you're gonna be invited to our private Facebook group. It's like a private community of everyone who's bought this book. And we already have over 8 hours of powerful free content, all on energy, all on manifestation, all on releasing blocks. That literally, those 8 hours, someone can literally sell that for $400, and people will rave about it. It's there for free when you buy the book. Like literally, it's like, our goal with this is to build such a big community of millions of people that are all, driven to make a change, to grow and make a difference, to where it creates a ripple effect of positivity that can't be stopped, right? That cannot be stopped. So we're making it to where we're making it as enticing as possible to grow a big enough base. And from there, the people that are there create so much positive momentum and forward momentum that it changes the world. And it changes for the better in ways to where it's just a ripple effect. That's the goal, all right? And I'm excited. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't, please, the8secrets.com. The bonuses, a lot of them, a good number of them, the important ones, like the event, the group healings, all of that stuff, they expire soon. Saturday for the event, and the free event that we're doing, Saturday it expires, the VIP tickets for that. And for the group healing and clearing and the blocking, it's like literally, by the time I wake up tomorrow, they might all the spots will be gone. So check out the8secrets.com and share it with your friends and family members, because again, if they buy it, they get all the bonuses as well. You can bring them to the bonus. You can bring them to the events. You can experience it together. Okay? Experience it together. So that's about it. Thank you so much for joining me all. I love you all. And remember, when you heal yourself, you heal others. And you also heal